Hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
Where are we at?
We are in Taos, New Mexico in a, what do they call it? A simple survival earthship, or SPOD for short.
And it's Michael Reynolds' test. You can shut that off? Mm-hmm. That's the greenhouse out there. And that's the kitchen area. It's just one room. Plus on either side of the greenhouse is another couple rooms. And that is the stove that I brought. That's Phil Smith's old stove that he gave us when we left, when we separated Maryville. These are some camp chairs to give us a little more sitting room, although we don't use it. At night it's about 60, low 60s in here, so we just jump right in bed and, you know, watch something on the iPad or read or whatever in the dark. This is our power system right over there, right there. I've never seen one like that before, but that, I don't know where the batteries are. They might be on the roof, but that little thing right there is a inverter. You turn it on and there's only enough power to like charge the batteries to this camera and our other cameras and the iPod and the computer, and so really it's not like you're running a hairdryer or a toaster with it, but it's good enough for what we're doing. We're kind of used to living that way anyway. And Kelly's doing a little cleanup after we just ate. She just made us an awesome breakfast. And so this place could use shelves, couldn't it?
Yes.
There's no shelves.
Shelves under the sink, shelves anywhere in here.
Right. A little bit about this now. I'll try and walk through some of the systems real quick. At any rate, that's our stuff. I'll throw it on the floor there. This sink, while it doesn't have any running water, you get the water. The water is collected on the roof and held in a cistern underground in the back. And this thing right here is just where that box is where it goes in, and the water comes out of the cistern, and they've got a faucet right there, a spigot. Now we fill that spigot, or we use that spigot to fill that tub of water there, or the bucket of water, basin of water, and we'll heat it on this stove and use that hot water for whatever Kelly needs around, in the kitchen.
Showers.
Well, yeah, these bags, there's a couple of them. There's one in the shower I'll show you. This hook that's mounted up there, I use that to hang the bag and hang that funnel so that we can fill it. But those bags generally hang outside here in the greenhouse in a, can you see it? Yeah, there's a hook right there, and it hangs in the sun and then heats up there. It gets pretty warm for a shower if the sun is shining, but sometimes, yeah, it means you have to come home and take your shower right away at night. And during the winter. Also, they have a hot water system here. This hose comes along the base of the wall and comes over. It comes out there. You can't see it. One is the spigot, and then it wides off and goes along the side of the wall this way and comes out right here. And believe it or not, that little thing right there is a teeny weeny DC pump. And what it does is when you turn it on, actually, I'll turn it on right now. Let me back out here. Whoops, doggone it. Alright, back out here. I'm going to turn this switch here, and you hear the pump. And what it's doing is it's pumping water up into this black reservoir up there that's hanging up next to the glass in the sun, and water's starting to drip out. There it goes. Can you hear it? And I'm just going to shut it off. And I'll go out here and see what we're hearing. But what happens is this hose that you saw coming from that little pump, get over the banana tree here, it comes out the hole there and goes up into the rafter system there, comes over here and fills the top of this black container. Get over here, I don't want to step on the plants, but it fills the top of that container. Then this hose right here goes into this area here, which is they're using as the shower room. And I step into the shower room, and that hose comes through the wall here. There's the black container. The hose goes through the wall and right there and comes down to this spigot. Now when we got here, all it was the spigot. And then I went to the hardware store and grabbed this in Taos, grabbed this fitting, and I took one of the hoses off one of the bags that was in bad repair. And so now you can turn this on. Well, oh, it's already on. And use this little thing here. I lift this up, and then you get water coming out. And then you shift it, close it, and that closes the water. We used to use these bags. I don't know if we had one when we were in the BVI. I don't know if you remember, Jill, but we'd hang this kind of a shower bag in the rigging in the bow and let it heat up in the sun during the day, and then use it at night to take a shower on the bow. But I just cut this hose off of one that was busted, and I hooked it onto this fitting here so that we have two ways to take a shower. We can use, if there's plenty of sun, we can use this device and take a warm shower here. Even if it's like 0 outside, it's about 60 in here, 55 or so in the greenhouse area, this area here, and of course that would include this room that I'm standing in, which is the shower room. And it's fine to take a shower. There's plenty of warm water, and if the sun wasn't shining, we can always fill this bag. Right. Well, what I'm doing now is this is our hot water bag. They normally use it for a shower, and we're using one for hot water for your washing dishes or whatever, right?
Yep.
And normally we hang it up out there on the. Move real slow with that, because
I am.
That's why we're doing it over, because Jill said she can't watch it so fast. Whoa! See, that's what happens when you fill too fast. That's Jill's fault. Got me all upset. At any rate, this is our hot water system, and we just thought we'd get a picture of that, filling it, how we fill it. And we also have one for use with shower, but I'll show that later. Okay, this is full now. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you gotta shut this. Well, that's hot. All right, water. And if the sun wasn't shining, we can always fill this bag, as you saw, and use that instead. But that's the shower, and there's no drain here. This is just this water just leaks through this pebble system, and it waters these plants. After it's done watering these plants, that's how these plants get watered. And this would be the same. This would work the same in a larger situation, like where I'm working. But these plants are watered through the shower and the sink, where Kelly's working in the sink now. I'm looking through the glass, and the sink water goes down into an area right here, what I'm standing on, and both the sink and the shower water the plants. Gray water. Then that gray water is held onto and contained. I don't know how. Oh, sorry, Jill, if it's moving too fast. At any rate, the gray water is then collected in a cistern. I guess somewhere where I'm standing. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but if you this is where you use, this is the toilet room, and it's flushed through a gray water, flush water. So it's a way of using the water. Actually, 4 times what they do. First, you get it through the fresh water that I showed you in the house there, and then it's used there. Then it's used to water these plants. Then the second time around. Then the third time around, when you're using the restroom, you turn that switch on, and a DC pump down at the end of this hose puts gray water, which this is the water that's collected after it waters the plants. Where the plants don't use, this collects that water. And this gray water is used in this toilet that they call a bucket flush toilet. You open the toilet up and just put that bucket of water in the toilet and it flushes it. And then that water turns from this gray water to black water. And it goes out into the front yard to water other plants, like any so septic system first, and then overflows the septic out into the front yard like any normal situation would. So the water's used 4 times. What's the temperature outside?
Last I saw it was 29.
29. Okay. Well, temperature in the house is what?
In here it's, well, against the back wall it's 66.
66 again. But the other thing about that is, while 66 may not seem terribly warm, it's very dry here in Taos.
Yes.
So it's a dry 66, and it is warm. We're very comfortable in short sleeves. And the greenhouse is what?
78.
78. Well, the sun is shining right now, so it's kind of damp in here. We got a lot of foliage. And let's see. Let me open the door. And now we're outside in the below freezing a little bit in my short sleeves. This isn't going to take long. I'll close the door. And now, let me see. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast. We parked the car in the front yard. This is incidentally the surrounding Taos area. I'll start from where I just came from and then go around. That's the side of the front of the house, the little S-pod, survival pod. Those are the solar panel strip. They're not using regular panels like I have in Tennessee. They do normally use that. In fact, if I can see, yes, if I look over at, here's a regular large Earthship that they rent, and these are regular solar panels on top. But on the S-pod, they're just using this little plastic solar panel strip. And so that's the door that I came out. Being that it's so cold out, we're using our freezer and refrigerator, the cooler on the left, I'm leaving out all the time, and I've got it wrapped so the sun doesn't hit it. And that's our freezer. That stays below freezing all the time. The blue cooler I bring out during the day, and at night when it drops down to, gosh, it was negative 20, negative 21, almost negative 22 degrees last night, and that I'll bring into the shower room to keep it. I'll put some ice packs in it and bring it in the shower room overnight so it doesn't get freezing. We don't want our milk and lettuce and what all in there doesn't need to be freezing. But if I turn this way slowly, you can see the Taos landscape a little bit. Those are the mountains where there's a lot of skiing going on, and I was looking east. Now I'm looking south. All the Earthships face south to get better, to use the summer sun better. And right now it's a clear sky and we've got lots of sun. And now I'm starting to head west, or point west, and we'll be coming up on the west side of our little S-pod, our survival pod at the moment. This survival pod was made by Michael Reynolds, not to not to have anybody live in so much permanently, but it's really kind of an experiment. The whole thing was built with, I think he said, $3,000 in materials, and that's a lot of it's built from the earth and the clay right here, and he uses tires. There's a lot of trash, and I'll try and give you a link where he has a link on his website of how he built it and how it's put together. But the idea is to go into third world countries where they don't have any money and build these in a way to give somebody a place to survive without. Uh-oh, hey Callie,
What?
I locked myself out. I forgot the thing was locked from the inside. All right. Well, that's it for now. I hope to do some video on some of the real Earthships that they build in the States here and in other places where people do have some money. But that's it for now. Okay. Bye-bye.